go. So hi everyone, today I'll be discussing to you on how to identify the core and delta of the fingerprint and the 8 general type of the fingerprint. So what is core and delta? So core is the center or the middle fingerprint pattern. And delta is a point where ridge lines from triangle or fork is like Y shape. This Y shape. So now let's go over the 8 general types of fingerprint. So the first of the general 8 patterns of fingerprint is the ulnar loop. This loops opens towards line like a little finger or like a pinky. So on the core here is in the middle of the lobe. And then second is, I know it's not second. So the delta here in the ulnar loop is a point where forming a Y shape. Second one is a radial lobe. This lobe opens toward a thumb. And then the core here is the center of the lobe, and then the delta below. The delta here is below the lobe, forming a triangle shape. And the third one is a plane whorl, which is the lobe here forms like a circular pattern like a bullseye. And then the core here is the center of the bullseye, or rather the center of the circle. And then the delta here is 2, 1 on each sides of the circle. And then the fourth one is a central pocket lobe whorl. And then the lobe here looks like a whorl inside a lobe. And then the core here is on the center of the small whorl rather. And then the delta is 2 like the plane whorl, but the circular part is off center. The fifth one is double lobe whorl. This lobe is 2 lobes wraps around each other's like a sign of S. And then the core here is between of the 2 lobes. And then the delta is 2, 1 near each lobe. 2, 1 near each lobe. So the sixth one is the accidental whorl. This whorl or this lobe is a mix of pattern that don't fit other types. This is like, for an example, a unique because it doesn't fit to other types of lobes. And then the core here is in the middle of the word mix. Nasya sa tunga. Sa katong and then the delta is 2 or more depending on the patterns. 2 or more depending on the patterns means that it's not only 2. Pwede siya ma 3, 4, depende lang siya sa pattern. And then plane arc. So plane arc, the lobes, the ridges here is going up, back to down like a gentle hill. So the core here is on the top of the arc. The top of the arc, and the delta is no clear delta is most cases. So in this it's not the last, it's 7. So in this lobe is that dili klaro ang yahang mga delta here. So it means it's like more on visible or something dili kaayo klaro. And then the last one is tented arc. So tented arc is a sharp it is a sharp or high arc like a tent of a spike. So the core is top of the core here is top of point of arc. And then the delta is sometimes has a small delta in the base. So in conclusion, now we know that the fingerprint is the best means to identify the person's identity. And there are 27 fingerprint pattern, but then here in the Philippines, there are only 8 nga required, or 8 kabuk ra ang required out of 27 ka fingerprint patterns here. So those are the following kato akong gipang discuss. And that's all. Thank you.